Here's a look at our lineups for today's match. First of all, for the Ravens of Anderson University, in goal, a sophomore from Franklin, Ohio, wearing 88, Emily Paulberg. A senior midfielder from Centerville, Ohio, number 3, Jessica Pulaski. Junior midfielder from Westchester, Ohio, number 4, Brooke New. Senior back from Cincinnati, Ohio, number 9, Nadia Bentley. Junior midfielder from Pendleton, Indiana, number 10, Taylor Fort. Sophomore forward from Eaton, Ohio, number 16, Isabella Trader. Senior midfielder from Louisville, Kentucky, number 17, Caitlin Ravel. Senior back from Richland, Michigan, number 21, Nicole Miller. Freshman back from Noblesville, Indiana, number 24, Kylie Roberts. Senior midfielder from Fountaintown, Indiana, number 26, Carissa Horton. And a sophomore forward from Portland, Indiana, number 31, Anelli Montes. Anderson is coached by Jennifer Myrie, assisted by Mackenzie Lewis, Isidro Alvarado, and Maddie Martin. And now for the Knights of Calvin University. In goal for the Maroon and Gold, a senior from Hudsonville, wearing number 1, Sarah Hookwater. Senior forward from Plymouth, Michigan, number 4, Jesse Paulson. Senior back from Hudsonville, number 9, Emily Orr. Freshman back from Dexter, number 11, Carly Curry. Sophomore midfielder from Grand Rapids, number 12, Elizabeth Williams. Sophomore forward from North Muskegon, number 13, Sophie Mueller. Junior midfielder out of Hudsonville, number 15, Carly Mitchmerheisen. Sophomore midfielder from Brampton, Ontario, number 19, Caitlin Van Laar. Junior midfielder from Winona Lake, Indiana, number 21, Anna Reiming. Sophomore back from Grand Rapids, number 22, Rory Pruce. And a senior midfielder from Grand Rapids, number 23, Maria Vanderlei. The Knights are coached by Emily Ottenhoff and assisted by Tara Wegner and Casey Souders. Ladies and gentlemen, our guests today, the Ravens of Anderson University, are members of the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference. 1 week ago, tragedy struck the Heartland women's soccer community as freshman Erin Canning, a women's soccer player, Heartland member, Rose Holman Institute of Technology, passed away. Today, the Heartland Collegiate Athletic Conference has tasked all of its member schools and opponents to observe a moment of silence prior to women's soccer matches to honor Erin Canning's memory. In solidarity and support, would everyone please rise to observe a moment of silence. After the moment of silence has been observed, we will have the playing of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to this afternoon's broadcast of Calvin Women's Soccer. My name is Jeff Vanderplug, and I'll be bringing you the matchup today between the Knights of Calvin University and the Ravens of Anderson University. Anderson comes to us out of the Heartland Athletic Conference, and once again, from everybody here at Calvin, our thoughts and prayers go out to the Heartland Athletic Conference and the tragedy striking the women's soccer community in that area. You heard the moment of silence observed here, and we would appreciate your prayers as well for everyone involved with that situation. Looking forward to today's matchup between the Ravens and the Knights. The Knights come into this game with a 5-2 record. The losses at Denison and at the University of Chicago. Calvin roughed up a bit in their trip to Chicago, losing 6-0, the worst loss so far of the year for the Knights. Bouncing back against Wheaton on Tuesday, and now one final tune-up against the Ravens before conference play. As the ball is kicked off, sent up the far side by Mishmerheisen. Anderson 3-5-1 this spring as now the Knights cross one into the box, looking for Van Laar. It'll filter back out. So far in this year, Anderson 1-4-1, so looking to find some more success before conference play. Paulson cross was one to the far side, and it'll get past sophomore Sophie Mueller. Anderson led on this year. Jennifer Meyer at the helm of the program. 11th year as the head coach of the Ravens. Ottenhoff has now been with the Knights for a good while. 4th season, finally a full roster comprised of her recruits, except for those that have stayed with extra COVID eligibility. Only a couple of players on this roster falling into that category. Other than that, Coach Emily Ottenhoff trying to steer this boat in the right direction and doing so far this year. Liz Williams will take a hit from outside the box. It's knocked down. Loose out in front and saved there by Emily Parlberg. Calvin firing the first shot of the game, though, towards the Anderson net. Anderson looking to respond offensively. But Van Laar and Vanderlei able to take the ball away in midfield. Liz Williams able to turn and deliver. Paulson trying to cross it towards Mueller. That one will go out of bounds. Back to Anderson. Autumn has technically begun as we are beyond September 21st. However, you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at it here today in Grand Rapids. Absolutely gorgeous day. A bit of wind taking the hot edge off, but just a beautiful day to be outside and enjoy the weather. Had a lot of rain earlier this week. We'll see if that affects the integrity of the turf. But so far it looks in great shape. Last few days, though, it's been sunny and beautiful here in Grand Rapids. Foul on Anderson out near midfield. Emily Orr looking for Paulson over the top. A couple of fifth-year players who've been doing it for a while and doing it well for the Knights. Orr and Paulson, both integral pieces of this attack for years already and years to come. They're going to have to hand it off. but it's in good hands with Liz Williams and Sophie Mueller up top. You've seen them active. Rymink right now working in midfield. She's ready to slot into that leadership role through the middle for the Knights. The defensive backfield for Kelvin getting a fresh infusion of youth with Curry, man in the back line this year. Carly Curry and Mishmerheisen, the cornerbacks, each underclassmen still developing for this program. And now the ball left loose out in front as Anderson whiffed on the clearance attempt. They'll step in front and take it away from the Knights as they try to get another shot on goal. All those experience levels are some things that you have to try to figure out during this non-conference stretch. Now heading into the season, it's about who can get it done on any given day. Across towards Paulson, still loose in the box. Goes back to Vinlar. She's unable to put a hit on it. She has to retreat. Now Vanderlei back to Vinlar. Mueller in limited space trying to get it to Williams, and it's punched out the side. Paulson just barely a step late. Otherwise, that one would have been in the net for a 1-0 Knight lead. Instead, Anderson keeps it a scoreless tie, although by margins quite slim. The throw-in filters back to the Calvin defense. Liz Williams turning and firing, and a nice save made by Parlberg. Early test here for the Anderson defense. Nadia Bentley and Kylie Roberts, the center backs, mainly responsible for turning away these Calvin attacks. Now Emily Orr working out of the back. Gets it to Vinlar. Vinlar wins possession here in midfield. Now Paulson. And she is deemed offsides there, I believe. Stepping in front to take it away that time in defense, Nicole Miller. Miller back on it on the far side for Anderson. She looks to send it up top for Montez. Now Rymink takes it back away for the Knights. Liz Williams looking for Mueller. She's able to make it past the keeper. She is contacted there. Another shot comes from Vinlar. It's off the post, and Paulson's return is also past the net. Vinlar almost drawing good from long range, but instead off the woodwork. And Anderson avoids giving up a goal once again there. Calvin with good pressure, but the Ravens standing strong. Paulson turning the corner. Short cross taken towards Williams, and it's barely poked out of her attacking capabilities there. A late save diving in to swipe it away. I believe that was Harper Mannion. Or actually, Carissa Horton sliding that one away. Williams takes the long throw. Calvin back on the ball, though, right after Anderson tries to clear. Mueller on the outside of the box to Williams. Trying to send one across for Reimink, but the run not timed up with the pass. This Calvin offense seeming like it's clicking here early on. Anderson's offense hasn't gotten the same opportunity to gain that rhythm without time of possession, really. What a pass through for Williams, looking for Vinlar. Now Paulson crossing, looking for Williams, and she is offsides once again. Once again, the clearance from Anderson, unable to make it out towards midfield. Now Paulson on the run once again. Another cross, another deflection. Reimink tries to cross it back. And out the sideline it goes once again. This time Anderson's able to clear it away. Nadia Bentley sending that one out of the box. Jessica Pulaski on the ball, trying to send it up the sideline, taken away. Now Pulaski able to range back and take it away once again. She pokes it out the sideline. Ball still loose in the box. It'll go out the sideline once again. Calvin just continues to pepper the defense here with chance after chance. Anderson doing a good job to bend but not break so far. Caitlin Ravel trying to pass through there. Calvin takes it away. Now Paulson trying a cross, and this one go out the baseline for a Calvin corner. Right to the front of the box. Contacted by a couple different players, and it's back over the net. They'll line it up and try the same thing again. Ball retrievers are working hard early. This one goes towards the front. Nadia Bentley able to get in front of it. Calvin continues to lay the pressure on here. Once again, Mishmerheisen the throw, and Anderson hitting it out of bounds. Montez trying to get it out the near side towards Brook New. Now Bentley sends it out to the far side for Pulaski. Montez for Pulaski. Trying a cross-field pass towards New. Pulaski going the other way now. Mishmerheisen's able to poke it away. And now Calvin sending it over the top for Paulson. She's into the box. And a great defensive recovery that time from Isabella Trader hustling all the way back to get a deflection on that shot before Paulson could put one on net. But a great job freeing up Paulson for the chance. Ball swung into the box. Vanderlei puts a foot on it, and it's saved there. Vanderlei over the top looking for Mueller. Trying to cross it back for Williams. Unable to get the angle correct. Paulson trying a shot this time, and it's past the keeper and into the back of the net. It looked like it had been saved by Parlberg, but it ended up getting underneath her arms. I couldn't see from behind her body as she laid out to try to make the save, but it ends up making it past her and into the back of the net. Paulson scores, and the Knights lead 1-0.
21, Anna Reines.
Looks like we'll get a violation net on the kickoff. Knights lose it out of bounds on the near side, though. This time the cross covered up by Parlberg. Just over 27 minutes to play in the first half. Calvin leading 1-0. The ball has spent the majority of its time on the Anderson half of the field. Calvin's offense pinning the Ravens in their own end for the majority of this first half. Possession has been a battle for the Ravens, and right now the Knights thoroughly in front in that category. Vinlar now looking to send it over the top for Williams. Paulberg able to cover it up. Anderson trying to send it long, looking for New. She'll send it back for Ravel. Looking up for Montez, but now we'll get a foul on Anderson. Going the other way. The Knights racing the other way. Now Paulson trying to cross it into the box. It's sent out the side. Calvin will have a throw from deep in the corner. Vinlar takes a shot, and once again, it's off the bar. Second time hitting framework for Caitlin Vinlar. Unable to get it to go either time. Montez and New come out of the game. Izzy Wilson and Lily Casey come in for Anderson. No, Anderson freed up to go the other way. The Ravens are caught off sides. So Calvin will have a throw in instead, or a free kick instead. Isabel Trader trying to win possession back for the Ravens. Vinlar will lay it back for Pruce. And the Knights will look to go the other way. Calvin will get a couple subs. Kayla Beebe and Talia List come into the game. trying across for Paulson, and it goes over her head. Anderson once again trying to clear the ball up the field, but it ends up making it only towards midfield, where Calvin instead regains possession with Vanderlei. And now a misplay in defense. Bruce intercepted by Pulaski. The Knights able to get it back, but a bit of miscommunication back there. It'll be forced out the sideline by Pulaski. Now the Knights on the run up the far side with Kayla Beebe. She'll take the shot, and it rolls into Parlberg's hands. Anderson starting to pressure the Calvin defense a little better, forcing them back out towards midfield. Carly Curry trying to send it back in, and it'll be covered up by Parlberg there. Paulson trying to turn the corner. Unable to do so. Anderson trying to fight their way back out towards midfield. Carissa Horton there putting pressure on the Calvin player. Now Anderson will get some subs. Taylor Baker, excuse me. Lauren Brown also comes into the game. BB trying to find Rymink up the outside. It's turned away. BB using the speed to get around the corner. Tries a cross in. Talia List unable to get on the end of it. Nice stick by Mishmerheisen. List inside for Paulson. And the shot is partially blocked by the defender. Lauren Brown coming in and making a nice play there. Oh, misplay in defense, almost gets out of bounds. Carly Curry runs it down. Nice takeaway there by Kylie Roberts after the Knights stole a pass of her own. Otherwise, Calvin had a run in on the net. Anderson just doing enough to keep this one close right now. Now Beebe once again into the box, finds List, and Talia List scores. Kayla Beebe with great patience working all the way in next to the box. And then she finds her way in for Talia List to finish it off.
6. Talia List assisted by number 3, Kayla Beebe.
Beebe gets the assist, List the goal, and Calvin leads it 2-0. Paulson and Van Laar out, replaced by Maggie Smith and Lindsay Houtsma. Clock gets reset here. 14:45. The Anderson kickoff will find its way all the way to the Calvin goalkeeper. Hookwater sends it back into the field of play. Lots of pressure against Emily Orr. She has it taken away from her. Anderson moving in. Shot taken and a goal on the far corner. The Ravens strike right back as Lily Casey finds the corner of the net. Emily Orr lost it under double team pressure. And just like that, the Ravens are off and away.
Number 23, Lily Casey.
It's 2-1 just like that. Anderson brings it right back where we just were. Against the run of play, all of a sudden they knew what to do with it. Quick strike attack with some nice pressure by the pair of attackers up top. It was Casey and Izzy Wilson swarming Emily Orr and keeping her from getting rid of the ball in time. Get a handball against the Knights. Anderson trying to send one in now for Wilson. And Hookwater able to cover it up. Just a perfect shot from Lily Casey with limited space right into the side netting. The Knights trying to respond the other way with Beebe. Pulaski knocks it out of bounds on the far side. Houtsman List unable to connect through the middle that time. Now List finds Beebe on the far side. Kayla Beebe crossing back towards the middle of the box, looking for List. Houtsma runs it down after the interception. Mishmerheisen looking to send it back in. Talia List called for the foul, and looks like Nadia Bentley is down for a moment, but she'll be all right. Now Houtsma trying to find it through. List able to keep it in. Parlberg is there to cover up that inadvertent shot. Subs galore for Anderson. That's Hannah Kays, Kate Bender, Holly Garrett, Mandy Williams as well. Calvin will bring in change as well. Rymink is replaced by Haley Niles. Calvin will win the corner this time. Carly Curry over there to take it. Out towards the front of the box where Beebe awaited. She got a head on it, but it drifts wide. List able to get in front of this skull kick that doesn't make it very far. Niles out wide to Beebe. And that one's poked out of bounds. It'll be another corner for the Knights. Curry sends it towards the box. Really see where it ended up. Another shot fired in by Curry. Now bounced back outside. Smith gets it to List on the edge of the box. Talia List called for the foul. And now Calvin looking through for Houtsma. But it just barely makes it past her. Just a little over 7 minutes to play in the first half. Smith working hard, but it'll end up being a goal kick. They'll say off her last. Actually, it'll be a foul on her. Now we'll get a foul against the Ravens. Mandy Williams called. Getting a bit too physical with Maggie Smith. Curry will set up the free kick here. Swings it towards the box. Knocked around a couple times. It's across the face of the goal and back out to the side of the post. An excellently taken free kick. Calvin had a chance at it. Instead, it materializes into a corner. Drifting towards the far side of the post. Pruce got a head on it and it's saved at the post. Caitlin Ravel, as the last line of defense, able to make that save. And now another cross in from Smith looking for Houtsma. But the shot goes over the net. Calvin with a couple of chances to grab back that 2-goal lead, but Anderson able to turn them away. Beebe trying to make it around the far side. List takes the shot this time, and it's over the net once again. Anderson now moving forward the other way with Lily Casey. She gets it to Baker. Baker looking for Wilson. But Baker gets it back. Calvin will send this one out the sideline as Anderson trying to battle back the other way. Bruce once again pokes it out the sideline. Now trying to work inside Baker. Niles able to take it away from her, and the Knights are on the counterattack. List running after this one. She'll keep it in bounds. Anderson able to take it away. Two minutes to play. Calvin up 2-1 still. Houtsma taking a far shot. This one's over the net. Calvin now working the other way. List looking for Smith.
One minute left in the first half.
Calvin applying pressure here, trying to keep it in the field of play. They will. Goes out the sideline. See if Curry can get a long throw in far enough into the field of play for Calvin to have a chance at it. Houtsma trying to get it back towards Niles. 20 seconds out to Beebe it goes.
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That'll be all for the first half. Calvin able to take the 2-1 lead, but Anderson striking back. Keeping this a 1-goal game. Calvin getting goals from List and from Paulson. The goal scorer for the Ravens was Lily Casey. We'll be back in about 15 minutes with the second half of play here from Zidema Field. Once again, my name's Jeff Vanderplug. Happy to be with you. This is Calvin Women's Soccer.
Here's some scores from the MIAA and in Calvin Athletics. Last night, the Calvin volleyball team down in Bloomington, Illinois, defeated Aurora University in 4 sets, Illinois Wesleyan in 3, and then this morning defeated Mount St. Joseph in 3 sets to move to 16-1 on the season. Give you some women's soccer scores from around the MIAA right now. A game that just went final. It was Hope 1 and Capital nothing. Another final just in. Olivet, women's soccer here. Olivet 4, Mount St. Joseph 2. Halftime score at Heidelberg on the women's side. St. Mary's 1 and Heidelberg 1. Those are our halftime scores in women's soccer. Some English Premier League soccer scores for you from earlier today. It was Newcastle United 1, Watford 1, Liverpool 3, Brentford 3, Burnley 2, Leicester City 2, West Ham United 2, Leeds United 1, Everton 2, Norwich City 0, Manchester City 1, Chelsea 0. And it was Aston Villa 1, Manchester United 0. Big women's game tomorrow has Arsenal hosting Manchester City at 1:45. And the press box would also like to thank its halftime sponsor, Souders Barbecue Services and Rec Tech Official.
Welcome back for the second half of action here from Zeidema Field in Grand Rapids. My name is Jeff Vanderplug, and this is Calvin Women's Soccer. The Ravens of Anderson are our guests today, and we had an entertaining first half with Calvin generating a dominating statistical half there, outshooting the Ravens 23-1, I believe. However, the Ravens, with peak efficiency on the offensive side in the first half, one shot, one goal, they lead it 2-1. Or excuse me, they keep it a one-goal game at 2-1. Calvin leads 2-1. Anderson will start with the second half kickoff, and they send it up top. It's poked at by Carissa Horton. Calvin will get a goal kick. Anderson sends it out towards midfield. The Knights trying to send it through. Williams for Mueller. Sophie Mueller back to Liz Williams, and she's unable to get a good hit on that one with the left foot. This one sneaks out the sideline on Anderson. Paulson on the far side, and the whistle is blown. Offsides is the call. Paulson's had issues with that today. Unable to stay on sides, and it's turned back over the other way. Now Anderson looking up the near side for Pulaski, but Rory Pruce with good speed able to get to it first. Nice pass though, frees up the Ravens for a throw in well down the field. Calvin able to take it away. Liz Williams trying to find somewhere to go with it with limited space. She makes it past a couple of defenders. Anderson now goes to the far side. Rymink there to step in front of that pass. And now Mueller running into the box. Cross to Villar and a goal. Just like that, the Knights are back up 2. Great roll through, finding Sophie Mueller running up the right wing. And just like the second goal from Beebe to List, great patience to wait until Villar came free in the box. Mueller rolls the cross in, and Villar finishes it off. The Knights lead 3-1. Long throw in. Mishmerheisen able to get it forward for Rymink. Williams runs underneath it to control. Now Bruce with space in the back. Nice pass sneaking through from Vanderlei to Van Laar. Stolen away in midfield by Taylor Baker. Jessica Pulaski trying to send it back to her defensive line, but Williams steps in front. Liz Williams far side for Paulson, and Paulson wasn't ready for the pass. That one gets out of bounds. Now the cross taken by Paulson. Cut out. The Knights will be back with a throw in on the far side. It is homecoming weekend here for Calvin. Obviously without a football program. It looks a little different here. Becomes more of a campus-wide, multi-dimensional event. But this soccer game, definitely one of the highlights of that weekend. As a part of that weekend, we were treated to some refreshments up here in the press box. Our thanks to men's soccer head coach Ryan Saunders and his team for grilling up some barbecue and sharing it with the fans all throughout Zeidema Field here today, as well as us up here in the press booth. Always makes your job a little better when you get to come and enjoy some good food as well. Nice punch there by Parlberg to keep that one from being poked into the back of the net. Anderson reverses the field and sends Emily Orr running after the ball. Hookwater trying to get it towards midfield. Anderson now with it. Taylor Fort trying to send it in. Fort goes to the far side. Now it's rolled in, looking for Casey. Bruce knocks it away. Lar trying to send it through for Paulson. Paulson battling hard for possession with Isabella Trader. Still the ball doesn't make it out of that corner, and now Paulson sends a cross in. Hard fought possession there in the corner. It ends up becoming a Knights throw in from the far side. Carly Curry able to find enough space to get it forward towards Sophie Mueller. Fort. She looks long far side for Holly Garrett. Now Collins trying to get it through to Pulaski, and a great job moving forward and swiping that one up. Sarah Hookwater stepping in front. This one gets out the sideline on the far side, and Calvin back with a throw-in. 35 minutes to play. With the lead widened, you could tell that Calvin's main goal coming into the half was to score right away. They did that. Now they get another chance. Liz Williams takes a shot. It's just wide. But another chance for Calvin. The pressure is remaining high here offensively. Calvin looking for more. Playing with insurance after starting the half off in a positive way. Once again, Mueller freed up with Williams. Cross taken, and they'll say it caught the arm of the Anderson player. That'll be a penalty. Calvin will go to the spot. I'll say the handball was on Nadia Bentley. And Mueller will take the penalty kick. 3-1 Calvin leads. She sets it up on the spot. Parlberg awaiting in net. And it's saved. Parlberg on the end of it. She makes an excellent play. Emily Parlberg with a huge save there to keep this one in contact for the Ravens. They'll need to find some offense that they haven't really put together for the better part of the day. But at least now they have a chance really to come back from only 2 goals down. Parlberg so far on the day, I believe that's either save 5 or 6. Anderson trying to send it up the sideline, but nobody there to get on the end of it. It'll be Calvin throw once again. Out the sideline again, and we'll have a substitution. Izzy Wilson in for Holly Garrett. Liz Williams trying to send it through for Mueller. Pulaski trying to make it up the near sideline. Mueller able to get in front of that free kick. Rymink looking through for Van Laar. She tries to send one for Mueller, but Mueller's run just a bit too late. Ball goes back to Hookwater, but she's unable to send this one back all the way to midfield. Taylor Fort stepping in front. Pulaski trying to make it through. She sends a cross for Izzy Wilson, but it rolls a bit too far. It'd be a Calvin throw. Talia List will come on for Liz Williams. Under a half an hour to play. Calvin holding on to the 2-goal lead. Wind beginning to blow harder. Anderson trying to find their way up the far sideline, taken away by Vanderlei. Now Van Laar trying to turn and initiate the Calvin offense. Anderson starting to wrestle just a bit of that possession away from the Knights. An area where Calvin was absolutely dominant in that first half. That's exactly what Anderson's going to need in order to come back. Obviously, that leaves you at risk defensively, but it's a risk you're willing to take when you really have nothing to hold on to. There's no reason to play like you're holding on to something. Ball rolls back out near side for Taylor Baker. She'll take the right-footed shot, and Hookwater is there to gather it up. Pulaski up the near sideline on a nice run. Cutting to the top of the box, and Orr cuts it away. Sub coming. Caitlin Ravel. She replaces Carissa Horton. Fort looking up the near side, but Curry able to step forward and take it away. Or excuse me, Mishmerheisen. Finlar stepping through. She looks to roll it forward for Mueller. Left-footed shot taken towards the short corner. And a nice save made by Parlberg. Despite giving up 3, Emily Parlberg has been excellent in net for Anderson. They've needed every single one of those big saves. Saving a penalty as well in the second half. She is keeping the Ravens in this one. Mueller cuts through, turns back, and she scores. What a great play on the opposite side of the box. Stealing away a pass, turning and firing.
Calvin goal scored by number 13, Sophie Mueller.
Sophie Mueller makes it 4-1, and just like that, all the work put in by Parlberg is beginning to look less and less relevant in this game. Calvin really stepping out in front now with that goal to make it a 3-goal game. The path back for Anderson looks ever more grim. Get a foul on the Knights here near midfield. Actually closer to the Anderson box. Mishmerheisen trying to keep it in bounds. It ends up just barely trickling over the sideline. They'll hit it back out the sideline. Calvin goal kick sent back out near midfield. We'll get another foul on Calvin. Stepping forward to take it, Kylie Roberts. Paulson able to make the swipe away near midfield. She looks to get it towards List. Anderson sends it out towards the sideline, and now List is called for the foul. Talia List has been just a little bit contact prone today. Called for another foul there. She's on the scorebooks. However, name listed alongside the word foul a few more times than it is listed along the word goal. That's what you'll get with an aggressive style. You'll get those results when it does work out, but also got to kind of live with the negatives about when you do get called for fouls. She tries to make a cut back towards the middle of the field and loses her footing. BB turning the corner with her speed, but unable to get back on the ball before it rolls out of bounds. Haley Niles comes back into the game, replacing Rymink. Nice little pullback there from Rachel Milford. Or excuse me, from Lily Casey to keep possession. Now Mishmerheisen will boot it back in. Calvin will make a substitution in defense now. Justine Bronkhorst in for Rory Preuss. Preuss, a sophomore, doing good work so far today, and just gonna take a bit of a breather here. Paulson trying to work her way into the box. She hits the ground and is fouled. That'll be another penalty opportunity for the Knights. Anderson caught in a bad spot that time with Isabella Trader. Paulson will get a chance to put herself on the board against Parberg, who's saved one of these already today. Paulson runs up. She takes a left-footed shot and she scores. Five to 1, and the Knights have pretty much put this one away with 17:44 to play in the second half. That goal from Paulson off the penalty opportunity
Scored by number 4, Jessie Paulson.
Will put Calvin well in range to shift this car into neutral and let it coast the rest of the way home. Mishmerheisen will be replaced by Kyra Schofield. Pralberg will move forward to cover this one up after Calvin looks for List. Heading towards the box. Pralberg catches the wind with this punt as well, sending it way down the field. Niles looking to get it back to Schofield. Cross sent in from Beebe. Looking for Smith on the far side. Calvin wanting a handball in the box against Anderson, none called. A foul in the Knights near midfield will send the Calvin defense back into pack-it-in mode. This one's sent into the box where Hookwater covers it up. Maggie Smith with a nice touch to control that one towards the box. Houtsma able to make it through. Now sneaking through once again. Anderson takes the shot and this time saved by Sarah Hookwater. Lily Casey made it through once again and had another chance to put one in the back of the net against the run of play. Hookwater well positioned to make the stop that time. Maggie Smith now freed up by List on the far side. Now she's called for the foul deep in the Anderson end. Contact as Bronkhorst tried to turn it away. Now Wilson trying to move in. Montez knocked over in the box, no call. Long shot taken and just wide of the net. Anderson trying to score on the counterattack a couple times in a row. Nothing doing on either attempt. They'll make a couple substitutions. Montez and Wilson out. Looks like Holly Garrett is back in, along with Rachel Milford in up top. List moving up the far sideline. She'll slow it down to try to feed it across for Houtsma. Looking for BB as it makes it past Houtsma. BB runs on the end of it on the right side of the box. Now it's poked out of bounds, and it'll be a Calvin corner. Curry chips it in towards the box. Connected. It's literally laying next to the post, and then it's knocked away. The ball came to rest mere inches from the goal line, and Calvin unable to punch it in. Another Calvin corner, though, and this one's set up on the far side. This one's covered up immediately. Parlberg. Calvin gets it up towards List. Parlberg able to slide in front. Just barely getting there in time. Talia List was looking for her second of the game. Haley Niles falling as she tried to control the ball. Bronkhorst. She tries to send it forward. It's turned away. Schofield looking over the top for List. Out the far side, it'll be an Anderson throw-in, and we'll get substitutions. Megan Gamrat for the Knights, and Mandy Williams comes into the game for Anderson. Anderson looks to send this one in the box, headed away by Gamrat, now punched back in. Maggie Kolenich into the game for Anderson. Instead, Emily Orr going the other way with the counterattack. Looking forward for List, and it gets past. This one will sneak out the sideline past Emily Orr. Haley Niles sending it through for Kayla Beebe, and the Knights are on the counterattack. Beebe takes the shot, blocked down by Parlberg, and Parlberg covers it back up. Emily Parlberg has been significant and magnificent in net there for the Anderson Ravens. When facing the amount of quality opportunities she's faced, you're going to end up giving up some goals no matter who you are. But she has kept this one way closer than what it has looked on the field. Near side Beebe after the Knights take it away and move towards the offensive end. She'll get it to List. Looking for Houtsma. Out to Smith. Shot taken and it's covered up. Good spot to take a shot though. Emily Orr on the far side looking to send it long. And now Calvin will make a couple substitutions. Emily Orr and Maria Vanderlei coming out of the game. Super seniors here on homecoming weekend. We'll head back to the bench. What pivotal parts of Calvin's program they have been. And today showed you much of the same as they proved worth their time on the field every single play. Emily Orr and Maria Vanderlei, just two of the best to do it here in recent memory for the Knights, and much of the same story for Jessie Paulson, who is on the bench at the moment. Those three players doing wonderful work throughout their careers for the Knights, and again today now. Given the fact that they've come back with extra eligibility to play out this year, the celebration and the recognition is all nice, and I'm sure they appreciate it. But the goal with this group of women's soccer players isn't just to have a nice recognition day and have a good time here and there. It's to really do something special, and that's something they haven't had the opportunity to do every single year they've been here as a part of the women's soccer program. It's a program that's been building, and at this point now, this is a team that is capable of winning that MIAA tournament, of making that run. Now a cross in, looking for Maggie Smith. Just a little bit late. Niles with the return, and that one's just over the bar. Believe they'll say it was touched by Parlberg or someone, and that'll be a corner for the Knights. After this feel-good win, the regular season conference slate begins, and those super seniors are just as locked in as ever. If you're going to come back to join the team and try to make an impact as a remaining player on the roster, the goal isn't just to do so just because. The goal is to accomplish what they haven't been able to do so far, and that's exactly what we're heading into here as next week begins. Kayla Beebe
1 minute left in regulation.
running after this one, and she'll roll it in towards Parlberg. Parlberg able to scoop it up. 1 minute to play here. And the Knights well on their way. Milford has it cut away. The Knights have a couple new players in the game. Gamrat is in. Megan Gamrat, a senior, as well as on the far side, Lauren Hendricks helping out. As time begins to wind down here, Calvin looking like it's going to be a successful outing. Anderson will just boot this one long.
5, 4, 3, 2,
and that will do it. Calvin wins 5-1. The offense coming to life in the second half. Anderson clawing one back early in the first half to keep it close. Lily Casey doing a nice job on a breakaway, but other than that, it was all Calvin. Talia List with one. Van Laar with one. Sophie Mueller. Jessie Paulson. All able to find the back of the net. Liz Williams as well, I believe. Although you can find the official box score.
Homecoming. That'll be a busy Saturday. We'll have men's soccer and women's volleyball.
You can find the official score on calvinknights.com.
Should be great.
After this one.
Here,
looking forward on the Knights' schedule. Looks like this Tuesday, the Knights will host the Comets of Olivet. As conference play begins. Next weekend, it'll be a night game home against Adrian. I believe homecoming will continue into next weekend with the Calvin's schedule. So we look forward to hosting everybody here on campus for an excellent weekend of fun and a celebration of these Calvin athletic programs. Once again, my name is Jeff Vanderplug. Thank you for watching and listening.